Hello and welcome to my review of a Shimano Exage 3000 SRC DH. I've had this reel for about a year now and it hasn't let me down. As you can see on the box, it retails for about £65, but in reality you can find it an awful lot cheaper online. I think I paid £50 for mine, maybe a bit less. As it tells you on the box, it's got 4 shielded stainless steel ball bearings, a roller ball bearing. It's got the dyno balance system, an oversized power roller, vary speed, super stopper, ARC line management system, and it also has an aluminium spare spool. As you can see, if I get close to the reel, you see it's not exactly cleaned. I don't really look after my fishing gear, I must admit. However, I've used this reel for spinning, ledgering and float fishing, for a mixture of species from carp right through to chub. It's a fairly light reel, it's extremely smooth. The drag, you get the fighting drag system with it, which is helpful. However, I do have an issue with the drag, which I will explain in a minute. The spool pops off nice and easily, and I open the box, you get the spare spool. Again, it's another metal aluminium spool. It also holds the same amount of line as the main spool you get with it. It can hold between 180 yards of £6 line or 100 yards of £10 line. I've got this one loaded with £6 line. It's what I tend to use for the vast majority of my fishing, unless I'm actually carp or piking. It's Dyno sensor line, if anyone wants to know. The line lay on the reel is actually quite nice as well. I could probably do with respooling this. The issues I have with this reel, however, the drag. It doesn't seem to engage immediately. If I put the spool back on, now, don't know if you noticed that it took me a fair bit of effort to get the spool moving to start off with, and I've found that this has lost me a few fish. I ended up a lot of the time back winding because the drag just doesn't kick in when you need it to kick in. The fish goes for that lunge and nothing happens unless you have to pull on the line and free up the spool. Even on a low setting it still does the same. It's not going to do it now because I've been moving the reel, but yeah, it has been a bit of a pain at times. And also the handle, no matter how tight you seem to tighten it, it always comes loose after a while. Sometimes it's a few hours, sometimes it can be minutes. It can be a bit of a pain. I often find myself really tying it up tight, and at the end of the session I can't undo it, especially in the middle of winter when you've got cold fingers. The anti-reverse works fine though. That's how I tend to play most of my fish with this reel, as I find the drag can be a bit temperamental. However, when the drag does work properly, it is really smooth and it does do a cracking job. But yeah, I've had this reel for about a year now, and as I said, I don't look after my stuff. I haven't cleaned this, I haven't given it a drop of oil, and it's still running nice and smooth. So it's a recommended reel, especially for the price. I would always recommend looking online because that's where you find them a lot cheaper than what they are. As you see on the box, it did say £65, and really you can get them a lot cheaper. So yeah, that's all I have to say on this reel. It is a nice smooth reel. It is really good. As I said, I've used it for spinning. and I will carry on using it. I have no need to replace it. I do like to play my fish using backwind anyway, so that isn't going to be too much of an issue for me. However, if you do prefer to use the drag, you may have issues. It might just be my particular model. But anyway, thanks for watching.